Hey, hello and welcome. This is Christopher Tompkins. Thanks for joining me for the Social Marketing Academy. Good show today. One of my topics that I kind of like to talk about, which is ad spend, planning, how to do social media advertising more effectively, especially during the holidays when it can be a little bit tricky. So what I want to do is I want to share some actionable tips that you can take after the show and apply directly to your ads, especially on Facebook, because I know a lot of people have written to me and said that they wanted to focus on how to get more traction on their Facebook ads during the holidays. So I really want to focus there, just so it's easier for us to understand. And it also will give you the first port of call after you finish listening to this episode that you can jump on and just see some of these options and get them popping for your business. So before I get started, I just want to reintroduce myself. It's Christopher Tompkins. I'm the CEO and head strategist at The Go Agency. We are an online marketing firm based in Florida. We have clients from all over the world. Small brands, local brands, large brands, multinational brands, etc., and everything in between. And basically, over the time that we've been working together with our clients over the last 10 years, we've seen lots of people make very similar mistakes, bad choices, but also we are able to see what works and what doesn't work. So what I want to do is the Social Marketing Academy is all about this being a forum where I can share what we've learned and what we can do to help you take your business to the next level. So if you'd like to learn more, you can check us out online, thegoagencyusa.com. There's a blog page there that has all of the information that we post on a regular basis. We do about 8 to 10 blogs a month. Also, we do something called GoTV, which is put out on YouTube. So youtube.com/The Go Agency, and you can see GoTV episodes there where I'm presenting. And GoTV is more about late breaking tips and tricks, but also if you don't have time to watch it, we have the write up on the blog, so you can check out the news articles and the different tips. It's really informative because we don't really get an opportunity to see every different element of social media marketing, and this is kind of just like little bite-sized chunks that you can take in when you have a few minutes. So check that out and let me know what you think about it. So, okay, let's just dive right into the ad spend topic. I just hate saying the same thing to you over and over again, but I say it with love, and I say it because it is a constant issue. If you're going to be doing any sort of ad spend during the holiday period, it is going to be substantially higher than what you would spend normally. So if you're used to spending $1.75 for a click during the holidays, it could be $15. It could be $50. It could be $100, depending on your product or service category, and also how long you're running it, etc., etc. So it's going to be more expensive, and the competition is going to be much higher. So what I want to do is I want to share some tips with you, things that I think would help you just reach your target audience much more easily. I think a lot of these work best for product-based companies, but service-based companies can also gain some traction on these as well. On a previous episode, I was talking about Black Friday versus Cyber Monday and how Black Friday could be, aside from just going to Best Buy and buying the cheapest on sale TV, you can also be a local business that offers a service, such as a massage service or a hair salon or a auto mechanic, and you can offer gift certificates or package services or buy one get one free or something like that. So there's ways of tying everything together to the holidays. Sometimes you just have to be a little bit more creative. But again, if you're not planning, you're going to struggle because if, say, for example, you are the hair salon and you're going to be doing this gift voucher or something like this, or buy one, get one free gift certificates, you have to have the whole system in place on how that's going to be executed. Your staff needs to be trained. How's it going to be tracked? How's it going to be put into your system? So there's lots of things that you have to think about that people kind of overlook until the last minute. And during that holiday season, it's not the best time to do that. So anyway, let's get into my first tip. I think you should create mobile-friendly ads and have them targeted for mobile devices only. Okay. I think that it is an interesting way of getting your market a little bit more targeted. Now, the one thing I like with this is obviously tablets, smartphones, that type of thing. We're just not going and shooting for the desktop computer. Now, I would say, oh well, what if my audience is 55 and up or 65 and up? They're going to be using computers. They're not going to be using tablets. It's a different world. A lot of people are using tablets at those ages. So, I mean, even relatives of mine are using their phones to make purchases, and they're shopping on Amazon. And so it's not that archaic to just focus on the mobile phones and mobile devices. So, I think one of my top tips is that. Focusing on mobile. That's going to give you more, and also I think people will take more action on mobile than they would on a desktop. So that would be, and you can also tell by looking into your analytics of your current ads or your past ads to see where people are using it mostly. And I would venture a guess it's usually 85% or more are going to be on mobile. So what you do is you just get rid of that 15 and focus everything onto mobile. Then you create an ad that has copy that is nice and light and bright, easy to read with a nice crisp visual or video that will engage them, and you're good to go. Now, the second part of this tip, well, this is tip 2, I guess, have your ads only work when connected to Wi-Fi. Okay? Now, the reason being is if they're not connected to Wi-Fi, they're not going to be able to take action to your ad. So that's a really great option. Facebook offers that. Both of these are in the targeting section of your Facebook ad once you choose. It will ask you what your audience looks like, what's your budget, and then it's going to ask some of these questions in terms of placements. So you want to edit your placements and you want to make sure you choose accordingly. Something else that I would do is make sure that if you're going to be running ads on Facebook, maybe only have them on Facebook, maybe not put them out on Instagram. So, for example, some ads don't work on both platforms because of how they're set up or how the creative is. So if you're going to be sharing them on Instagram as well, just make sure that the call to action makes sense because there are different terminologies for different sites. And then obviously make sure that you have mobile only and only only when connected to Wi-Fi checked. Just a tip, I think it really, really helps clean up your ads a little bit more and maybe bring that click rate dollar spend down. Now, the next one I have is I think the ad copy and images need to not be passive. I feel that a lot of, during the holiday period, there is a high level of stimulus, let's say that. There's so much going on. If we're talking about the December holidays, holy heck! I mean, there's so much going on. There's Santa and Rudolph and reindeers and snow and meals and presents and Christmas morning and Hanukkah, and there's just so many different things going on. So you need to be able to do one of two things: play against that or play with it to your advantage. So you want to make sure that you're not writing dull, boring copy. So if you're thinking about one of the things I like to do is look at what your competitors are doing. Maybe in a newspaper advertisement, maybe in a magazine advertisement, maybe on television. Or even better, what are they doing on social media? You seeing their ads there? What kind of copy are they using that you can kind of take a note from and go, maybe I should try that? Now, the reason I say that is because Facebook has something that's really, really useful. It's called split testing. So what you're able to do is to create 2 different creatives focused on the same outcome. Maybe you want to go traffic to the website. Great. So you create one that is angled one way, one that's angled another way, and Facebook will just randomly serve them up and it will tell you which one's performing better. Then you can see what that is, and then you can develop more ads off the back of that direction. Or keep split testing, who cares? And I would use video for one, and maybe just a still image or still graphic for the other one, and see if video pulls more than the graphic. You have to play around with things. You can't just know everything off the bat, and I can't tell you what's going to work best for you because your audience is your audience. It's very specific to you. So you need to test it out a little bit. Or if you have tested things out in the past, keep testing. During the holiday period, there's everyone's doing a Hail Mary pass in terms of trying to get their numbers up by the end of the year, which is great. But at the same time, it can be a little bit of a downer if you're not really reaping those benefits. So if you're a marketer working in an organization and you're tasked with creating Facebook ads, split testing is a really good idea. Serving it up only to mobile and the Wi-Fi connectivity is a big one. Another thing you can focus on, if you're looking to see, okay, we're talking about attention grabbing. My next tip is going to be to focus on maybe a discount a giveaway or a package. So you want to get something that's going to bring more engagement rather than, are you ready to shop? Click here. Or, hey, look at this product. It's great. Buy it now. It's just dull. It's boring. I mean, you see the ads that are on, like if you were to pick up a Sunday paper during the holiday season, anywhere from November to Christmas, that thick newspaper full of circulars is everybody's jumping off the page with deals. Buy this, get this TV, get this PlayStation, these 3 games, and this controller, and this chair, and whatever. So people have been doing this for years. You can do this online as well. The only thing I want to say is that make sure that you, wherever you're going to be doing fulfillment of this, if it's going to be on your website or in your bricks and mortar store, that you do have everything set up prior to this to handle it, and you do test that the website can handle a lot of traffic, it's loading fast, that kind of stuff. That's that's kind of like second tier tips, but I really do feel like it's important though, so I'll mention it here. Your website speed is going to be very important if you're going to be doing any sort of transactions on it. So if your website takes 4 seconds to load, you lost your sale. Because people, let's just follow the logic. You're a busy person, right? We all are. Everyone's busy. Everyone's busier than they've ever been in their life. But everything is easier and more accessible than ever before in our lives. It doesn't make sense. So I'm on Facebook. I see an ad for something that's interesting to me. I'm thinking about, I could buy it, but I want to see how much it is. So I click on the ad. 1, 2, 3, 4. The header's loaded on the website. 5, 6. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm done. I'm gone. Bye. But because I clicked on your ad, you had to spend money on that. And then because I didn't convert, you have a low conversion rate. So if your website is loading slowly, you might want to look into different types of advertising options that Facebook does offer. So there are different Canvas ads. There's different things that you can do all your transactions within Facebook. So I have blogs on our website, thegoagencyusa.com, that you can check out about that. But just it's something that I think is interesting for you to kind of consider, okay? But if your website's the issue, you need to address that prior to launching a big sale. We've had clients in the past that have had website server issues right around the time that was unbeknownst to them, and they had advertising for $10,000 and the ads were spending, but there was no conversions going through their website because there was issues. So you want to be able to not run into issues like that. Now, another thing is, when are you going to be running your ads? What I suggest that you do is maybe target late night shoppers. When people will do 2 things when they're placing their ads. They'll place it during the waking hours, so maybe it's from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Or they might say, I'm just going to run them all the time. What I would suggest is maybe doing 2 different ad sets. One ad set where you run it all the time, and then one ad set that only is late night. So only anything from 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. or something like that. On Facebook, you can very easily do that. It's a few clicks and you can create ads that'll be just like that. And if there's nobody online, there's not a lot of competition, you're not going to pay as much money. So it's a good way of, saving a little bit and also cutting through on the, the noise that's happening during the day. It's a good one. I've seen success with this for certain clients during busy periods. So I would say it's definitely a strategy that I would try to do with your advertising. It will reduce your spend. Then my final tip, let's save my final tip because I've been talking to you now for almost 15 minutes. I think that the final one I have is you can do a sale after the sale period. Okay, so what does that mean? Not Cyber Monday. Why don't you do a sale on Tuesday? Not Black Friday. Why don't you do something on Saturday? By doing something after the busy period, about 70% of the people are going to be out of the game. So they're going to be all gone, but everyone else is still going to be in the shopping mode, right? I believe lots of people returning things. So returning things, or they're continuing shopping, they're looking at different things. So it's still a high period when you can get exposure for your ads. So if you're doing it just outside of that window, you're going to reduce your ad spend. Okay, so just some of the things I was saying. Create mobile-friendly ads and have them targeted to mobile devices only. That will save. Have them only connected when you only shown when the person seeing them is connected to a Wi-Fi. That's another great way of not wasting any money. Making sure that your ads are eye-catching and split testing. Then also doing split testing is going to be a great way for you to save money, because if one is pulling and it's cheaper, it's a great way to reduce your ad spend. Focus on discounts, giveaways, and packages. This is just going to increase the engagement of your ad so that we can increase conversions. Now that will, if I'm going to be paying for advertising conversions, I want to get them, and those are definitely 3 items that will help. Then we have target late night shoppers. That's a really great one too, because that's looking at not as an overcrowded type atmosphere, so you'll get lower spends there. And then also going right outside of the holiday period is a good one too. So folks, I hope this helps. When you're dealing with the holidays and ad spends, it can be really challenging. So I think really just make sure, be realistic that you're going to be spending almost double, and then try some of these different tactics and seeing how you can get your money down and your ad spend down, especially during the holiday periods. And it might not be possible 100% of the time, but if you are trying and you know that there's different methods that you can employ to kind of shave off a few of those expensive ad receipts, this is a great way to start it. Okay, my name is Christopher Tompkins, and you've been listening to the Social Marketing Academy. Again, if you want to learn anything else about myself, our show, and more, please visit us online, the Go Agency, USA.com, and please give us a rating if you enjoy the show, share it with a friend, and until next time, I'll be talking to you.